First on Cheddar. See, she told you I move. You got to move the camera up. First on Cheddar, Cheddar exclusive. Scott Belsky, named last night after the market closed, Chief Product Officer and EVP of Adobe. Disclosure, Scott is a board member of Cheddar. We will try to make this interview. The high bar is David Faber interviewing Brian Roberts of Comcast. That's the high bar, so we'll try to make this slightly more candid than that. Scott, what is this job and why did you take it?
Hey, John. Thanks for having me. Good morning from San Francisco. And the Skype connection is not that bad. Why am I taking this job? My passion has always been in helping connect and empower creative professionals to do their greatest work. And Behance was a company that I helped get off the ground in 2006. I did spend 3 years at Adobe doing that with a number of the mobile product areas within the company. And the prospects of coming in and helping think about a lot of the new challenges that the creative world faces in terms of tools and technology, things like augmented reality, but also things like just making our tools easier to use, more accessible to more people. These are big challenges and exciting ones for me, and I'm excited to jump back into teams that I know very well and work with them.
The stock is up 70% for the year. Shantanu Narengan, the CEO, I just saw him speak at a WPP event, very well liked, very highly regarded, and I'm looking at a pivotal note right here. It's been a blowout quarter after a blowout quarter, basically on this higher margin cloud revenue, this creative cloud. What is this, and what is this cloud movement that Adobe's making right now?
Well, listen, I am on day one right now, so what I can tell you is Creative Cloud is a series of products and services that all work together. And the one thing you have to think about when you're a creative professional is the fact that the work I do here, I want it to be accessible there. I want all my assets at my fingertips wherever I am. I want to be able to do work on mobile, on desktop. I want to be able to work with other stakeholders within the company without any friction at all. And also, if I'm a certain type of designer, I want to be able to work in new mediums like augmented reality, among others, voice interfaces, that sort of thing. So these are all the types of things that we get to now crunch and think about. And and I think certainly no one will argue cloud is the future, and Adobe has been driving that for quite some time.
The company is also in these other types of services called Experience Cloud, which would include the TubeMogul acquisition, and the ad buying type stuff. And a lot of the conversation I've heard is about the tying together of the creative services that Adobe's typically known for with this more transactional side. So you could have a life cycle of kind of making an asset in Photoshop and then it trafficking through to a TubeMogul type thing. I mean, you've typically been on the tools and community side. How do you think about the full life cycle of kind of creative work?
I'm excited to work with my colleagues over on the Experience Cloud side of the business. Creatives ultimately make something that oftentimes is delivered, through marketers, and an experience needs to be all connected, not only throughout a company. So the idea of people on both sides of the equation being able to work together with less friction and faster, and that sort of heightens the bar in terms of what you can do on the innovation side. So again, day one, haven't jumped in yet. These are lots of the types of things I'm excited to get my hands dirty with and to learn more about.
All right, last question. You said in the announcement that you're going to maintain your Cheddar board membership. You're going to remain remain the chair of Prefer, a company that you've been involved with. You're going to stay a venture partner at Benchmark. How are you going to thread the interaction between Adobe and the larger startup ecosystem?
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, I think design is a competitive advantage across all businesses these days. That sort of goes without saying these days. It's almost cliche at this point. But startups, a lot of these startups are now being founded by designers. One of the things I hope to do is really bring us even closer to the customer, and in this case, the customers that are actually starting companies and that are transforming industries as we know them. That's one of the things I've learned over the years, being super close to the startup ecosystem as an investor. And I hope to help. I've always helped kind of match designers with opportunities. I hope to continue doing that sort of thing, but also see the types of problems customers are having these days. Really, at the edge of innovation, of the types of things people are doing,
Scott,
and how Adobe can help.
The bell
serve
is
those
going to
things.
ring. We're going to have you back when you're in New York. Let's see how Adobe opens this morning. I think you added about $20 or $30 million to our market cap when I named you to the board. Let's see what you do to Adobe's. See you back here in New York. Thank you, Scott, for First on Cheddar this morning.
All right, guys. Thanks.